Hi, my name is Kamatra Maxwell and welcome to Connecting to Greatness. If you stumbled across this video, this is my very first video and thank you for watching. What is Connecting to Greatness? Connecting to Greatness is really about self-awareness, self-development, personal development. That's what I'm into. That's what I love passionately. You might see a sprinkle of other things that I love here, but for the most part, it's about becoming your best and most authentic self. So let's get into what I'd like to talk to you about today. So this week, I realize that I'm a people pleaser. And I'm kind of mad and a little ashamed. I don't know why. I'll explore that another time. And I think we're all kind of people pleasers in some regard to the other. I think we are. But I realized my trying to please people was a detriment to myself and was causing harm to me. And two incidents where that stood out was the first one. I agreed to do something without really processing the degree of what I had committed to do for someone, and they needed whatever they requested from me. And when I sat down to complete what they had requested from me, I realized that I couldn't do this thing personally or professionally, and realized I had committed already. But if I had taken the time to process and really think about it when I was asked, I would have realized that this was probably not the best way I could offer help to this person. Then today, just today, and this is what really pushed me to make this video, I got a call from a company, I'm not going to say the name, and they tried to sell me a product. It sounded wonderful. I was pushing back and saying, hey, I really need to talk to my husband before I make the decision. And the product kept getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper until I was kind of like, I gave in and I purchased it. After I purchased it, I felt horrible. I didn't feel like I purchased something that I was going to enjoy. I felt like I was bamboozled or used, or it just didn't feel good. And I got off the phone and for hours didn't feel good until I called back and I said, you know what? I'm not interested in this service. And I started to reflect on, okay, why didn't you speak up? Why didn't you say something? And why did you agree to something that in your gut you felt like this wasn't the best decision for you at the time? Now, how many times have you been in a situation where you are quick to say yes? Because somebody says they need your help, you're just quick to say, oh yeah, I can do that. And it's so interesting because I was just, when I say just, earlier on this morning in a session with a client who was running into the same issue. So that seems to be the theme for the week, people pleasing. He was committing to doing things at work and didn't really want to do them, or he did want to help out. But what happened in the end is that task at work was not getting completed and everybody was leaving the task for him to do. So now he was frustrated, he was overwhelmed, and he was annoyed and not happy. And yet I'm working with him through it about setting the healthy boundaries and really telling him that we teach people how to treat us, all that stuff. Yet I found in my own personal life that I was not practicing what I was preaching. So I'm guilty, and I'm glad today happened and earlier on this week happened, because I really didn't think I was a people pleaser. I thought I was authentic to my true voice and reflected my true voice. And now I realize this is something I need to work on. That I need to at all times make sure that I am setting healthy boundaries, that I'm really reflecting my true voice. And I want to encourage any of you who are listening to this video, if you tend to people please, to really first look at why. I love to look at why this could be happening. I was raised by a single parent, and I think sometimes when you are always kind of like vying for your parents' attention, you kind of learn earlier on that you have to do something to get their attention, because most times they're either busy or caught up. They're not, they don't, not, but they don't have sometimes the time, and not good at setting aside the time to spend with you. And unfortunately, you learn unhealthy habits in order to gain people attention. So I think one of the first thing to do in really looking at changes in behavior is to look at, how did this behavior come about? Where in my life, or where did I learn to people please, to really do things to get people attention? And we can people please, whether it's negative. Children sometimes will try to get your attention, whether it's negative or positive. They will do something negative or positive to get that. Some kids, as simple as doing good in school, and you realize you're doing good in school, when you get home, your parents are like, yay, oh my God, you did so good. What is that child gonna do? That child's gonna do it again. Really think about infants. That's how we learn to walk. Really, we try to stand up and crawl, and our parents are like, oh my God, he's crawling, he's walking. So we keep doing it because we like the praise of others. And really, that's who we are. I think what happens, though, is as we get older, we have to ensure that the things that we are doing is solely, is not solely for the attention of others, but it's for our own self-care. How does this feed into my self-happiness? That am I doing the things that I truly want to do, the things I truly enjoy, but am I doing them to please others? And am I doing them at my own detriment? Because yeah, you can be pleasing others, but if I am putting myself at risk, if I am hurting myself, then that what I'm communicating is I love others more than I love myself. It's not a really good look for self-care and for self-love. And I know a lot of people like to say, well, it's just who I am. I'm just a giving person. If I give, we're supposed to give from our overflow. Meaning I'm supposed to feed you from my saucer, not my cup. My cup is supposed to be overflowing, and you're supposed to feed from my saucer. But if I'm constantly emptying my cup to give to you, if I have to be in a pinch and a bind, that means I can never grow to my full potential, because I always have to give to you. That the minute I have something or you come, I have to give it to you, I'm taking it. Then I build resentment. Then I'm not really giving because I really want to, but I'm feeling like I'm obligated to give. That I'm giving and I'm pissed off that I gave. Or I'm just giving and I'm feeling a kind of way. And that's really, then what's the point in giving? So it was one of those things where I'm realizing the first thing I should really do when placed in a situation where you're asked to give is to do not make a decision right away. Pause. Take some time. If you need time to step away and say, I need to think about that, take the time to think about that. I think most times, and you could always tell the situations where you probably shouldn't give, because it's like, no, we need you to make up your mind now. Or if you don't do this for me now, I'm gonna die. Or I really need this now. Oh, come on, man. And I feel it's like, when you can't allow me the space to make up my mind without any duress, then maybe I shouldn't be making that decision. That you don't even care that I make a decision that's beneficial to me. That it's all about you and what you want, and I have to give you an answer right now. You know what happened? Most times when people ask us for stuff, they're not gonna die if we don't help them. They will be quite all right if we don't help them. Most of the times we are wanting to give to people is not that we really want to help them, but it makes us feel better. It's about us. It's about our own ego. So really and truly, I think one of the things that we need to do is step back and be like, you know what? Let me process this. Let me process this and realize, is this really what I want to be doing right now? Is this really how I want to be spending my money? Is this really how I want to be spending my time? Is this really how I want to be spending my energy? Those are the three things that are most important to us: our time, our energy, our resources. And you want to ask yourself, do I really care? And is this really important? Do I really need to do this? So taking the time, the space to make a healthy decision, that you're not making a decision under pressure. And it doesn't matter how urgent that is. Honestly, the older you get, as time goes by, you realize that a lot of things are not that urgent. The things we give priority to in the past are not that urgent. The second thing too, if you have wise counsel, somebody you can bounce back an idea with, somebody you can really talk to. I'm talking about wise counsel, that you call them up and say, hey, I have this decision to make. What do you think? Get someone that you can trust to bounce back whatever decision, whatever it is, onto, that you're not necessarily making this decision by yourself. So those are the two things I'm going to suggest that you do. And it's one of the two things that I practice. And it's so funny. The two incidents that I made, those two decisions that I made this week, those were the two things I did not practice. And I'm usually good at practicing. Don't stray away from your plan. I call it my safety plan. To really take the time and speak to your counsel. Speak to the people that are really invested in you. They're here for you, not what you can do for them or what you bring to the table. They're just into you because they just love you. So yeah, that's my first kind of like advice video I want to share with you. Tune in to my channel for more videos like this by subscribing below. And yes, this was Kamatra Maxwell, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.